Hello everyone, my name is Aditya and today we will learn about the book on liberty by John Stuart Mill and I will discuss chapter 1 and 2. So the chapter 1 is introductory and in the first chapter of on liberty, John Stuart Mill lays out the basic principles that will guide the rest of the book, primarily focusing on the importance of individual liberty and the conditions under which it can be justifiably restricted by society or government. Mill begins by acknowledging that throughout history, societies have often restricted individual freedoms in the name of morality, religion, or social order, while some progress has been made in the recognizing individual rights. Mill argues that the tension between individual liberty and societal authority remains a central issue in a modern political thought. Mill introduced the harm principle. As the foundation of his argument, individuals should be free to do whatever they want as long as their actions do not harm others. He argues that society and the government only have the right to interfere with an individual's actions when there is a clear risk of harm to the others. Mill rejects paternalism, the idea that the state or society should limit personal freedom for an individual's own good, even if those actions do not harm others. He contends that people should be allowed to make their own choices, even if those choices might harm themselves, as part of respecting their autonomy and freedom. Mill also warns against the tyranny of the majority in democratic societies, where the majority can suppress the rights and freedom of minority groups or individuals. Even in a democracy, the majority can impose its views on others, stifling diversity of thought and expression. Ultimately, Mill defends individual liberty as not only essential for personal well-being but also crucial for the advancement of society. He believes that freedom of thought, speech, and action encourages social progress and innovation. Now, there are some key points given by J.S. Mill. So, the first is historical context of liberty. Societies have historically restricted personal freedoms for reasons like morality, religion, or public order. Though progress has been made, the tension between individual liberty and authority remains. Second is the harm principle. Mill's core argument: individual liberty should not only be limited to prevent harm to others. People should be free to act as they wish unless their actions harm others. Third, rejection of paternalism. Mill opposes interference in people's lives to prevent them from making unwise choices as long as they do not harm others. Autonomy is a key value. Individuals should make their own decisions even if they are self-harming. Tyranny of majority. This is the fourth key point. In democratic societies, the majority can suppress individual liberties through social pressure or law. Mill warns against the tyranny of the majority, where non-conformity is punished and diversity is stifled. Fifth point, liberty as a social good. Personal liberty is crucial not only for individual well-being but also for social progress. Freedom fosters creativity, innovation, and the advancement of knowledge and culture. So the last point is limits of authority. While Mill supports individual liberty, he acknowledges that some restrictions are necessary but only to prevent harm to others. So in short, the chapter 1 of On Liberty presents Mill's argument that Individual liberty is a fundamental right that should be protected from societal and government interference, except when actions directly harms others. This harm principle becomes the foundation for the more detailed discussions on freedom of speech, thought, and expression in the chapters that follow. The chapter 2 is of the liberty of thought and discussion. In chapter 2, Mill focuses on the importance of freedom of thought and freedom of expression as essential components of individual liberty. He argues that society must protect these freedoms to ensure the intellectual and moral progress of individuals and society as a whole. Mill provides a robust defense of free speech and the exchange of ideas, even when those ideas are controversial, unorthodox, or offensive. Mill makes the case that silencing or uncensoring ideas, even in the name of protecting society, is harmful to both individuals and society because it prevents the truth from emerging. He argues that allowing all ideas to be expressed and subjecting them to scrutiny helps society finds the truth and progress. Even erroneous or dangerous ideas should be allowed to be heard because they can lead to be eventual discovery of truth, as long as the harm principle is that preventing harm to others is respected. So there are some key points. First, the importance of freedom of thought. Mill argues that freedom of thought is essential for personal development and the pursuit of truth. The freedom to think independently is a cornerstone of individual liberty. Second, freedom of expression. He defends freedom of expression, asserting that individuals should be allowed to express their opinions, no matter how unpopular or controversial. The suppression of ideas is dangerous because it prevents the discovery of truth. Even erroneous or harmful ideas must be allowed to be expressed and debated. Third point is the role of debate in discovering truth. Mill emphasizes that debate and discussion are the means by which society can test ideas and uncover the truth. Truth is not static, it is best discovered through the freedom exchange of ideas. When ideas are censored, society loses the opportunity to test the validity of those ideas or discover new perspectives. Fourth point is the fallibility of human knowledge. Mill argues that no one has a monopoly on truth. Humans are fallible, and the possibility that society's current beliefs may be mistaken requires openness to contrary views. Even widely accepted truths must be open to challenge and revision. This process helps refine and strengthen knowledge. The danger of suppressing ideas. Silencing opinions, whether by the state or by social pressure, leads to a stagnation of thought. If the truth is never questioned, it cannot be fully understood or appreciated. Suppressing false ideas can prevent society from recognizing its mistakes and can deprive people of the ability to engage in critical thinking. Sixth point is the unorthodox and the role of dissent. Mill stresses that unorthodox views, those that challenges dominant beliefs, are often critical to social progress. Throughout history, many of the most important social and intellectual advances came from minority or dissident viewpoints. The freedom to dissent is crucial for the vitality of democracy and the intellectual health of society. So the seventh point is the limits of freedom of expression. While Mill defends freedom of thought and speech, he acknowledges that there are some limits. Harm to others, such as inciting violence or spreading lies, justifies restricting certain types of free speech. The harm principle applies. Speech should be allowed unless it directly causes harm to others. So the last point is the marketplace of ideas. Mill advocates for a marketplace of ideas where ideas can compete freely. The truth, he argues, will ultimately emerge through rational discussion and debate, where faculty ideas will be exposed by better arguments. So, in conclusion, in this chapter, Mill defends the importance of free speech and freedom of thought as vital components of both individual liberty and societal progress. He argues that no idea should be suppressed even if it is unpopular or offensive, because the free exchange of ideas is essential for discovering truth and advancing knowledge. Only speech that directly harms others, according to the harm principle, should be restricted. By upholding these freedoms, some society ensures that individuals can develop their minds and contribute to the collective progress of humanity. Thank you.